We back with Kraken 190. Listen, this boss is complicated. It has a ton of mechanics, some more BS than others, and requires your team to be set up to deal with them. Because of that, there are not a lot of replacements that can be used without having to redo most of the team to get timings down. You can, however, replace Mavka for Awakened Soyud or a buffer with units like Sky or Dorothy. I do have a few teams to showcase here, and since each run takes so long, I have it all timestamped for you. So let's go ahead and check it out. You got a knee for speed, this is your team. Our entire goal is to murder this first tentacle. We want that plus 10 DP and we want it now. We're going to be playing Seal here, and this is slightly timed so that once Seal uses her ulti and death breaks the boss, we have our operator proc so we can burn this tentacle down as quick as possible. And then right when the hit check shows up, Surya comes in to buff A speed on our entire team, which lets us pass this hit check here. And then we get our supports coming in, giving us, healing us up for, it was really only Anelia that honestly needed healing, but, she's important to keep alive, so we definitely need Shinatsu there. Gia is going to give us some shields as well as skill haste buff, and oh yeah, by the way, Surya has, if you have her on ult amp, has the potential to kill that back tentacle, and that actually messes things up immensely, so no ult amp. But yeah, so we got so many damn particle effects on the screen because of Jesus Christ. Because we have so many units playing, and this game is way too flashy. Holy. But yeah. We want Eve and coming out a little late here. She's going to get her shield, so she'll be fine. And if your Spencer's on tank gear, she'll also be okay. She could take a few hits if you're running, some ground res on her. And okay, so here's something fun, right? Now you just saw a heal day drop. Why do you need a heal day? You have Surya. Oh, okay. I don't know who designed this, but why is it when the boss gets stunned, he hits your entire team? He just hit your entire team. And where it's not big damage that can actually sit there and really kill anyone. If it hits all other 15 characters and Surya's on the field, it murders her. It's unfortunate. So we need that shield in order to stop that from happening, so we can keep our Surya alive. It's kind of ridiculous, but I mean it works out in the end. After that, we got our Ecclesia, deploying. We need her to deploy late so that she doesn't sit there and not get knocked back because of the perfect evasion she has. Perfect evasion units really kind of mess up a lot of stuff on this fight if they're not at the very end. They come out before the boss phases and pushes your team back. It's really just a mess. But with all that true damage, we get a nice little 27 seconds left on the clock. A lot of room for a lot of wiggle room, basically. Eve, the star of the show here, but Surya and Mavka doing really well though. Now, if you don't happen to have Sasha, good news is we can use Hana as well. We just have to move the units around a little bit to sit there and get the right timings on stuff. So instead of having Seal come out first, we're gonna delay her and have her come out just a little late, and then proc our Hana so that we can get skill haste buffs on everything. Our goal is to basically waste off my Mavka's ulti before the hit check actually starts. So we want to sit there and pop that there. And then with all of our attack speed buffs, we get the plus 10 DP, which allows us to deploy the rest of our units. I do like how the timing on our supports coming out is always at that time. It's fun. But yeah, after that, it basically runs the same way as the Sasha comp. We're sitting there, damaging what we can. And this is what I was talking about in the previous thing with the ult amp messing things up. Luckily, it actually doesn't mess anything up here. Not getting that plus 10 DP. We actually don't really want to pass that hit check if we can avoid it. But the team's set up so that it really doesn't matter. If we had passed that, Eve and Spencer would have came out. They would have sat there and gotten their shields just like in the Sasha video, and then they would have sat there and deployed. If you don't pass it, that's fine. I mean, as you can see here, Eve comes out, she's completely safe. Then Spencer will sit there and deploy with a Hilde, shielding your team for the boss inevitably falling down and killing your Surya. So we don't have to worry about that. And it still takes forever to kill these tentacles because of their BS mechanics. So Ecclesia has plenty of time to deploy, so we really didn't need that last 10 DP right there. And then after that is just, you know, beating up the boss as fast as we can at this point. Everybody with the shields and Surya will live. Attack down on the boss. Even Karen, who likes to some reason jump. You know, actually Karen would be an amazing unit if she just didn't leap back after every special and then take 10 years to walk up. I wish there was a way to get rid of that. But anyways, yeah. Even with all the little knockbacks the ults the boss does to us, it's quite alright because, well, nobody can die, so we're gonna be okay. Now, surprisingly, with ult amp, she actually she does better burst, but she does less damage overall. So this raid boss, it's doable without Surya, but not easy. So we're gonna go ahead and start off, and we're gonna get our the best hit checkers in the game on the field here to sit here and deal with this first tentacle. We want to sit here and, you know, get our ace speed buffs up and everything. Get rid of that ulti. That ulti messes up hit check so often. It's just not timed right. And with all the little rifles and everything else that we got, it's gonna sit there and help us get our plus 10 DP at this start here. After that, we get Aegea out for some shields and some skill haste reduction. Then we move on to the next tip. Now, the issue with this is just that we need to be able to find a way to survive without Surya. And so for that, I'm using Soul Bad Guy. Soul Bad Guy with Nayubin. That's about almost 50% attack down on the boss, which will help out. And then we have a whole bunch of the shields and everything to try and keep our team alive. And then of course we have Janatsu. And Nayubin doesn't get to see a lot of PvE action, but he's great on this boss. And of course we have our DPSers. Now you can't have Alice come out too early, because unfortunately she has perfect evasion, and, you know, after using her skill, and that kind of becomes a problem when trying to get everybody knocked back, because if she doesn't get knocked back, she's going to stay up in the front and inevitably die. So we don't want that to happen. We like Alice, so we're going to deploy her super late. And the same thing with Ecclesia. Ecclesia with her perfect evasion is always going to get her pretty much stuck up front if you don't use her at the very end here. Now there is some room for maybe higher DP costs at the end, but those last two tentacles plus 10s aren't really necessary. We've already gotten 40 or more DP out of the rest of the tentacles, so it's really not needed. So with that being the case, we're just gonna sit here and play it out, and hopefully nothing bad happens. But with everything timed, we have we have shields, we have minus 50% attack on the boss. we got now with her increased defense and you know, bonus res that she gives your entire team. Honestly, now it's kind of OP for situations like that when you can afford her. 4 DP is kind of an awkward cost, honestly. But yeah, so you need good gear for this run, in all honesty. I mean, as you can see, it cuts it really close. And of course, you know, the PvE Queen Eve taking top damage. Thanks everyone for watching. I hope the teams in this video help you clear Kraken. Honestly, I don't feel like it's worth it to take your race to 190. You're able to do this boss gearless at 150. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're feeling extra special, you can join the Mage Institute by clicking the join button. You can catch me on Discord, link is in the description. And if you want to help support this channel, there's a link in the description for that too. As always, I will see you all next time.